So here is a story I absolutely guarantee you that you won't be seeing on the BBC. And by the way, guys, in terms of supporting Westminster and Real News, please click that subscribe and bell button. Lots of you haven't. The vast majority of people watching these videos haven't yet subscribed, so please get around to doing that. It really helps me out. Now, a report has come out from Ofcom. Now, I've noticed that people, the Guardian types, get very upset when I start highlighting the fall in UK media trust, and particularly on the BBC, because they quite like having a left-leaning broadcaster in the BBC. It gives them a sort of influence in terms of setting what is broadcast on mainstream media. So they get very upset about this, which is why I'm going to lay it all out. It's all there factually. Ofcom News Consumption Survey 2020, page 73, for those crackpots who get very conspiratorial about some of this stuff and start saying, where did you get these facts from? Shocking statistics, well, you may say not so shocking, that basically speak to the level of trust in terms of impartiality now in mainstream media. And even among mainstream media now, the BBC is found wanting. So this is a question that was buried very deep in this report. As I say, page 73 if you want to go and have a look, and I'll stick the link down there. They asked people, to what extent do you think the following statements apply to each brand? And it was for people that would consider themselves at least weekly viewers of each TV news station. And when they asked people, they said, give us a score of between 1 and 10. So this is the percentage of regular users for each source who scored a minimum of 7 and up to 10, if that makes sense. Just laying it all out there again, because this stuff will get challenged by the crackpots. So some samples for people that they asked, like they asked about Al Jazeera, but they only had 153 people. CNN, they had 222, and Channel 5, sorry, they had 331. So I'm discounting those because they're too low in terms of sample, I think, to be representative. But Channel 4, they spoke to 746 people. Sky News over 1,000, ITV over 1,800, and BBC TV 2,700 viewers. And what they asked a bunch of questions, but the key one for me is, they said, do you rate this TV source as impartial? And the BBC, 58%. So 58% of those asked said BBC impartial viewers. Now, you can spin that and say, oh, look, that's a majority and that's very safe. But when you do a comparison, it's actually terrible. I mean, don't forget, the BBC, licence fee funded, is supposed to be that beacon of truth that calls it straight down the line. And this survey actually shows you that its reputation is on a steep decline. So 58% say BBC impartial. That compares to ITV 63%, Channel 4 66%, and that one did make me chuckle, I must say. And Sky News actually come out first in terms of percentage who regard them as impartial, on 69%. So the BBC now, in terms of percentage proportion of audience who regard them as impartial, is now behind Sky News, Channel 4 and ITV. Now, I know what the spins are going to be again. I said, oh, well, it's still 58%. But in terms of the industry averages and comparisons, it's now rock bottom against some of its main competitors. Interestingly as well, Ofcom put on the chart, they said if there's a statistically significant difference between 2020 and 2019, that they would put a green or red triangle. Now, one of the few triangles, it's one of actually only two, so statistically big difference from the year before, is against the BBC, where they've got a red mark next to them, which means significantly down from the year before. When it comes to when asking people, does it offer a range of opinions? So 63%, which is down, saying that the BBC offers a range of opinions. Again, you can jump up and down and say, well, that's 63%. That's lower than Sky News, significantly lower than Sky News, who have got 74% said the same. And by the way, ITV and Channel 4 both ahead of the BBC when it comes to offering a range of opinions. And finally, in this Ofcom survey, the final thing I found interesting about this was when people were asked, does this news source, TV source, help me make up my mind? So when you ask people that, 59% of people that watch the BBC said it helped them make up their mind. But again, lower than Channel 4, ITV and Sky. I mean, Sky, 69%, so 10 points higher. So there you have it. When you're comparing now BBC TV to the likes of ITV, to the likes of Sky News, even to the likes of Channel 4, for goodness sake, people regard them as less impartial as a percentage of audience, doesn't offer a range of opinions, not seen to offer a range of opinions, and is less influential as a percentage of people, again, saying that in terms of helping make up my mind, the likes of Sky News significantly ahead. And so this shows you very much under the radar. Again, guys, this is why I'm reporting this, because do not expect the likes of the BBC or anyone else really to delve into this and report this, because it's too inconvenient for them. And they're ignoring, I've highlighted before on Westminster, stories that you're constantly seeing now when you see international comparisons on UK media trust with other countries. The UK is either bottom or near the bottom now in nearly every recent survey that I've seen. And this shows you further that when you look at things like defund the BBC, there's something very interesting going on in Britain right now where actually people are analysing what they're being told. And it's why, and they're pushing back against it. They're not simply willing to take rants like we saw with Emily Maitlis on Newsnight and sit back and say, well, it's the BBC, we can't do anything about it. People are now looking at defund the BBC, they're looking at the licence fee, they're talking about getting rid of it and things like that. And it's also why the likes of YouTube are so powerful and why I've started doing these videos, because we can reach a mass audience and we can put out alternative narratives and really drill down into these figures. So guys, that's that analysis. As I said, finally, do not expect to see this reported anywhere else, but I've put the link below the video. You can go and check it out for yourself. There's lots of other stuff in there, but I thought I'd pick that out. And if you've enjoyed this video, as ever, I'd really appreciate it if you gave a thumbs up, click subscribe, and keep supporting the videos. Cheers, guys.